Pretty much everyone knows that the cost of acquiring a new customer is 4 to 5 times higher than retaining an existing one. Yet, with over 20 years experience in the business development world, I can reliably say that very few of our clients really focus on nurturing customers. They often prefer to chase new business as opposed to cultivating opportunities with customers at hand. Now, that doesn't mean that they ignore their best customers, rather they miss opportunities with those on the fringes. But what's the best route to new business? Well, our clients typically ask us to help them open new doors, and mostly that's cold outreach to a fresh audience of target prospects. You might wonder though what the problem is with that. Now, there are very few businesses that genuinely don't need or want new business, but what's the best way to go about lead generation? Is it better to chase new prospects or harness potential opportunities within your existing customer base? One option doesn't negate the other. However, prospecting is harder than nurturing, and a lot of work needs to go into effective lead generation when it comes to fresh prospecting. So whilst outreach for new business may need to be on your agenda, it also makes sense to consider alternatives. Buyers come and go. Many companies have got large databases, and it's impossible to keep track of the comings and goings in every client business. Things change. Organizations grow and contract. As a consequence, it's essential to be well placed when those opportunities arise. But that's harder to do when it's 18 months since you were last in touch, and that contact was just via an email or a newsletter. And the larger your customer database, the harder the task. So you may well be missing big opportunities with your current client base. For many organizations, it's a case of he who shouts loudest. It's natural and profitable to focus on large accounts. So some potentially valuable customers can feel neglected and slip through the net. Others will be at risk of deserting to competitors who tempt them with offers, because relationships die with those personnel changes. And what's more, when do you know that those buyers change? Unfortunately, those situations lead to a weakening of the relationship, and that leads to attrition. And without reasonably frequent contact, it's probable you'll miss those opportunities to do more business. Peer-to-peer interaction is what's needed, and that means a call or a visit. So what's the answer? The best approach is to take a good look at the data sitting in your systems to ensure that you've got accurate contact details. Whilst you don't need to write a book on every company, profiling by sector, number of employees, type, and other key parameters will help you assess their potential. And then you can work out the best approach. You need to consider how to approach and nurture these targets. If you've got limited internal resources, the temptation might be to send an email again. If these are low value customers and you can validate that, it might be the best way to do it. Yet the most sensible option is often a call to qualify them, to ascertain their needs, and to develop the relationship. If you don't have the staff to do the exercise in a reasonable time frame, maybe consider an outsourced solution to take the task in hand and to provide the output seamlessly and swiftly. Ultimately, any cost associated with that type of exercise should be set against the cost of not doing it. That's to say, the cost of losing clients to competitors versus the revenue that can be generated by timely customer care calls. At the end of the day, if you believe there may be big potential lurking in your unloved customer database, take time to run a customer campaign. I'm sure you'll see the benefits.